Hello everybody, this is Malavar TC1, coming at you with the Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia JP Best Unit Tier List, updated with the SS and S ranks for May 2019. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video for the giveaway winner of last month's giveaway, as well as the new May giveaway. Going into this, I want to make this clear. Before starting the tier list, know that most units in DFFOO are viable. Most of them are awesome, especially if they're boosted. In JP right now, with the MLB pluses for many of the characters, they are fantastic in so many ways. So distinguishing between the SS and S rank was a little bit hard to do in this, but it is from my research and opinion. So please enjoy and share it, and let me know your opinions on it as well. Thank you. Let's go right into it with our first SS rank. At the very top of the list here, we have ULTIMECIA. ULTIMECIA is an amazing powerhouse when it comes to turn order. She can go for almost infinite turns. With her EX, it brings her to the front of the turn order not only once, not only twice, but multiple times, 3 to 4 times, depending on what the turn order is previously. It's so amazing, and if you're able to do enough damage and bring your EX back up during those turns, you can bring her back up to the front with multiple turns again. Almost infinite turns if you're playing your cards right. Super awesome skill to have. On top of that, she has powerful skills that even if the enemy cuts her brave damage, she still does a ton of damage to the enemy. She lowers enemy defense at the same time, so constantly doing damage, lowering the enemy defense, and getting multiple turns. She is a fantastic SS rank. Next we have the Emperor. The Emperor is another powerhouse. He has multiple debuffs and traps that he puts on the enemy. Traps are pretty much debuffs that stay on the enemy and do damage to them over the course of the battle. And he does that multiple times. He puts multiple of those traps on an enemy, which is great. That damage that comes from the traps as well as his other moves is massive. He does so much damage, not very much leak. He does multiple attacks that have multiple damage to them as well. And sometimes it adds delays to the enemy as well, so it keeps him in the front of the turn order as well, or at least keeps the team in front of the turn order. He can push out enemy debuffs with his debuffs, or he can push out enemy buffs with his debuffs and with his traps. So if the enemy has a couple buffs on them, with his debuffs and with his traps, it pushes those buffs off of the enemy, which is pretty awesome. One weakness for Emperor, which would be the only thing that keeps him, I guess, just below ULTIMECIA, in pretty much in every way, if the enemy is immune to all debuffs, then don't use him in the battle. But other than that, he's good for every other battle type. Next we have Y'shtola. Y'shtola is really wonderful when it comes to supports. She has a brave fill, pretty much fills all your allies brave. She overbraves you, so she gives you more brave than you can handle. She has healing, she has regen for both brave and HP, great damage, she revives, she does so much support. And on top of that, she can survive with 1 HP if she has above 50% HP. With one of her skills, it makes it so that if she gets massively attacked, she survives with 1 HP. So when that happens, you can then use your EX to just revive your fallen enemies, give everybody their health back. Super awesome support. Top of that, a great thing she also has is delaying the enemy turn order. Her Stonra just makes it so the enemy just keeps getting moved back while she keeps healing and giving brave and just being awesome, as well as doing a lot of damage herself. Next we have Warrior of Light. Warrior of Light is a great tank to have on your team. He has a shield that not only applies to himself, but to all your allies, pretty much making them immune to most brave attacks. Pretty much makes it so brave attacks mean nothing to your team. And not only that, he makes the enemy focus on him, so he tanks the brave damage. Even if the enemy is trying to focus on other allies, he'll focus on you. On top of that, with his buff, he increases brave and applies a regen, so that's always helpful. He heals with his EX, and he has pretty decent damage. Pretty much an all-around awesome tank. Next we have SETZER. Setzer's been really wonderful in DFFO. One of the main skills he has is freezing the enemy brave. It makes it so that the enemy can't gain any brave no matter what attack they do, whether it's a attack that attacks all your allies or just one, or just does it multiple times, like 10 or 20 times in the same move. They won't gain any brave from that. And if there's an HP attack at the end of that brave move, they do 0 HP damage because they never gained any brave. He also enhances his allies' brave and their speed, so not only that, he gives himself brave as well. Pretty much anybody on the team gives a bunch of brave, and increases the speed. He also delays the enemy turn order, so that quickness is very helpful in making it so that you and your allies get tons of moves in before the enemy does. Next we have Agrias. Agrias is guaranteed to paralyze all enemies with her special. Pretty much it makes it so her fourth skill, the one that comes later on with level 70s, when she uses that, she guarantees that she can paralyze all enemies. She also has a stop magic with her EX, which is really awesome because not only is she paralyzing just anybody, she on top of that has the ability to paralyze just magic attacks. So pretty great, keeping the enemy not being able to do anything. She increases the brave and attack for herself and all the allies for everyone on your team. She gives a brave and HP regen for everyone, so pretty much keeps you healthy and on top of things, as well as being able to just do tons of damage and stop the enemy from actually doing anything. Next we have Balthier. Balthier's got a really awesome skill that's very not common in DFFO. Not many characters actually have this ability, which is to steal enemy buffs. With his stealing the enemy buffs, though, it happens on all of his abilities, not just one. With any ability he uses, he steals the enemy buff and empowers it to himself. He makes it so he takes that buff that the enemy had and just makes it so he's even more powerful. Super, super cool. He has multiple attacks that exceed their brave, so if you have your brave at, say, 50,000, and you use one of those attacks, especially like in a summon, you're bound to hit 80 to 90,000 or higher. The exceeding of the brave is always good for most characters. Most characters have it, especially with buffs. He always has it. During the battle, he will keep ramping up. His skills, pretty much the more he uses his skills or his EX, they pretty much ramp on top of each other. They build on top of each other and they get stronger and stronger. So throughout the battle, he just gets better and better and better the longer he's in the battle. Next we have Sephiroth. Sephiroth is known for massive damage in DFFOO. He has this damage that not only is so powerful, but it ignores resistances and defenses of the enemy. Pretty much makes it so even if they have tons of defenses or resistances, it goes right past it and he says, take this damage anyways. He exceeds his brave, just again another thing that makes a damage dealer that much more of a damage dealer. He increases his own speed as well as lowering the enemy speed, so he'll get more and more turns as the battle goes on. Next we have Rem. Rem is really awesome with her EX+. She changes the turn order of you and your allies without taking up a turn. And so pretty much you can switch things around and say, no, I want this person at the front of the line, but without taking a turn as well, which means that you're getting more turns than you're actually putting into it because you're also adding buffs to your allies while you're doing it. One of those buffs is very unique. It gives attack and HP regen in the same slot. So you can pretty much have more buffs on a character than is usually allotted to them. Usually HP regen and attack are on different buffs. So this one you can have an attack buff, a HP regen buff, and her buff, which pretty much adds multiple layers to having really great buffs. She has great damage as well, but one thing with Rem, you gotta watch how you're using the turn order and what you're doing, because you could slip up things and make it so characters are using too many abilities before the battle is over, or if you're going into a super long battle. So keep that in mind with her. Use the turn order wisely. That's pretty much for all the SS ranks, and I want to say this with a big emphasis. The SS ranks are so many right now in JP because of the MLB plus. When I say S plus rank, they're practically SS rank if you were to compare them to pretty much every character, but I focused on these ones that I talked about because I just feel they're more viable in more situations. But these other S plus rank are pretty much SS rank. I would just say in less capacity, but really awesome. So I won't go into details for them, but they are also great to have, especially when they're fully maxed out. These will be Sarah, Charlotta, Rosa, Cloud, Squall, Yuffie, Yuna, Locke, Garland, Tifa, Machina, Ferris, Lillicet, Ace, Vanille, Sabin, and Bosch. All of these characters are fantastic, especially with their EX pluses. They are so great to have. I would say if you have to focus on just these characters, that's fine. You can use them instead of any of the characters I previously mentioned. All of them are wonderful. Now I'll go into the S rank. These are also really close in how powerful and how much damage and how good they are with how much utility. And these are the S ranks. The S ranks are just slightly lower than these S plus ranks, but still really amazing. So like I said, in TFFO JP right now, there are so many good characters to use. This would be Firion, Bartz, Lise, Vincent, Ramza, Aiko, Celeste, Kamari, Kuja, Kate Sith, Barrett, Vaughn, Titus, Krill, Porom, and Deuce. All of these characters, S plus rank, S rank, or SS rank, are so amazing. You can use them pretty much in any capacity for most situations. So when I said at the beginning, when I prefaced this, most characters are viable. So not even having to stress as long as you're max limit breaking some of these characters. Now, there are a few characters you want to absolutely avoid. That being said, they could probably be used in certain situations when they're boosted, but they just don't have the capacity to be that good right now in JP. Maybe in the future they will be better, but the avoid tier, I would say at this point, especially if you're in global, you won't need to worry about these characters for a long time. The avoid tier are Kater, Fujin, Rajan, Cyan, and Yuri. Really, they have no use right now in JP, and very helpless when it comes to battles. So, that's my opinion on those. Everyone in between avoid tier and S rank are good in their own ways, especially if they're boosted. I can't wait for Renoa EX Plus, as well as Irvine EX Plus, which will be coming in a couple weeks, and that will probably bring them to the top, probably SS rank or S rank. So, yeah. Pretty much that's the end of the tier list, but now let's get to the giveaway portion. April giveaway winner was Justin Lee. Congratulations, Justin Lee. I will be contacting you on the last giveaway video to let you know you are the winner as well, and we'll figure out a way for you to get your reward of a $20 Google Play gift card. Congratulations again, Justin Lee. Let's go into the rules for the May giveaway. Here are the May giveaway rules. Just 3 simple rules. First, like this video. Second, be a subscriber. And third, comment a video game. Any video game. It could be Final Fantasy. It could be Star Ocean Anamnesis. It could be literally any video game that comes to your mind. Just comment one. And you have a chance to enter. Or you have a chance to win. You are entered if you do these 3 steps. For a chance to win a $20 Google Play gift card. Best of luck to everyone in this giveaway. The winner will be announced the first week of June. Thank you for being so awesome, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share and let your friends know about my channel. Thanks. This has been MalabarTees1. See ya.